Behind me is First United Methodist Church, but in front of me is the Shelbyville City Hall. That's accompanied by a marker which celebrates the first 200 years of Shelbyville, Tennessee. Shelbyville was established in 1810 on 100 acres of land donated by Clement Channing, local manufacturer and veteran of the War of 1812. The city was named in honor of General Isaac Shelby, statesman and noted Revolutionary War hero who led colonial forces to victory at Kings Mountain. The town was formally chartered on October 7th, 1819. And again, Shelbyville celebrated its 200 years of establishment on October 7th of 2019. So here we go. Good afternoon, good people. My YouTube family. This is P9 and I'm back with another video. And I am here in Shelbyville, Tennessee. This is the city of Shelbyville, which is the county seat of Bedford County. Incorporated in 1819. And as of the 2020 census, it has a population of 23,557, which is a 15.8% increase from the 2010 census. So Shelbyville is a fast-growing city here in Tennessee, much like the rest of the state. But here I am, right here in front of the Bedford County Courthouse. Right here on Main Street. Now, as far as Shelbyville's economy, Shelbyville does host a numerous amount of manufacturers. One includes the Newell Rubbermaid, the Rubbermaid company that produces all the Tupperware and like reusable container products. They have a manufacturer distributor right here in Shelbyville. There's also a distribution center for Walmart here, as well as a Tyson Foods facility. And Tyson Foods is headquartered in Arkansas, Springdale, Arkansas. And also Jostens, you know, the yearbook company. They also have a distribution facility here in Shelbyville. And Shelbyville was also part of the Tullahoma campaign, as there was a civil war fighting here in Shelbyville. And it was General Joseph Wheeler and General David Stanley and their troops who converged on Shelbyville. Here's a map of Shelbyville right here. And aside from this courthouse right here, which sits here in modern day times, there have been 5 courthouses that stood on this square. The third courthouse, an imposing brick building constructed in 1830, burned in 1863 during the Confederate occupation. Of course, a lot of buildings were being destroyed during that time. And the current courthouse was built in 1935, and it almost replicates the 4th courthouse, which burned in 1934. So you had 2 courthouses that burned in less than a century's time here at Courthouse Square in Shelbyville. But here it stands today in a nice historical building. Right here on the square. And this statue looks like a soldier and his son. This sculpture is right here, and it headlines the Veterans Memorial Plaza right here in front of the courthouse. And of course, you're going to have a lot of the military personnel who took part in a multitude of wars throughout American history. It's a nice little memorial over here in front of the courthouse. It's like the wind has picked up a little bit more. It's the Bedford County Courthouse Annex building. Shop small, make a big impact, absolutely. And this is just the little display right here that shows all of the upcoming events right here in Shelbyville. Now this building right here is called the Gunter Building. The Gunter Building was constructed in 1927, as you could tell by the wear on the bricks. But it's called the Gunter Building. And it's an antique shop right over here. It's called Yesterday's Treasures, Vintage, Antiques, and More. So this was established in 2015, so hasn't been here too long. Right here in the city square. And you have some construction going on right here at this section of Spring Street, corner of Depot and Spring Street. So this area right here is blocked off. But they have a steak and seafood, espresso, desserts, and cocktails restaurant. It's called the Glass Hollow Table.
Coming in?
Oh no, I'm good. Yeah, thanks, man. Oh, thanks. This is called Marsha's on the Square. So they have a few boutiques and restaurants and other local establishments right here, right across from the courthouse, conveniently located. So for those who has a long day in the courthouse, whether it's serving on the jury or whatever type of affairs that go on within the courthouse, they get done after all of that, they can come right here and indulge in some lunch, maybe go shopping in one of these boutiques, or whatever the case may be. We have a coffee shop right over here. And a gourmet pizza restaurant called Bocelli right over here. It's like a radio tower right here. So I don't know if that's a radio station or anything like that nearby. But they have the Capri Theater, the historic Capri Theater right over here. So it looks like right here on the marquee they have Venom 3, the best Christmas pageant ever. Let me get a little closer up on it. Matinee, $7. And $6 for children. $8 and $7. Wow. Is this place here still even open? Look, it might be open. Yeah, it's definitely open. I was just making sure because it seemed too good to be true that movie tickets are that cheap nowadays. But I guess because that's an older theater, it's not like this first run movies. That's probably why the tickets are so cheap. They have a antique sporting goods and trading card store right here. They go your boy Babe Ruth holding those 3 bats. And that was back then when they was wearing the leather helmets. They also have another pizza spot across the street called Shovel Pizza. Shelbyville snack shop. Okay, so they got a Shelbyville snack shop, which is an ice cream factory. They have 3D printing in there. Oh, that's pretty cool. They also looks like they have classical arcade machines in there as well. I see a Pac-Man machine. So it's like a pretty cool hangout spot. Clarabelle Collectibles, Antiques and Sports. Okay. Oh, that's dope. They got the Beatles shirt right there. And a few things you can collect. The Batman poster, Wonder Woman poster. They go to Three Stooges, Larry, Curly, and Moe. Leonard Skinner. Of course, the Wizard of Oz. Dorothy and Toto, the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, and the Lion. Gone with the Wind. Man, they got so many collectibles in there. Too bad they're closed right now. It's interesting. And there goes that tower again. So nothing else to see down this way, so I'm gonna turn back around. That sun is really playing peekaboo this afternoon. It just came back out, but not too long ago it went behind the clouds and it became windy. So not the warmest of warm days today, but it's doable. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's one of the clowns right there. They're doing some construction in this building right over here. Toodle bugs. Yeah, this is nice right here. It's a nice piece of art. Nice painting. Looks like a butterfly. And within the wings of the butterfly, they have an illustration of the Bedford County Courthouse. Then they have the Tennessee walking horse, which of course is real popular in this region. The racing of the Tennessee walking horses, as I pointed out in the War Trace video. Then the 3 stars right here, and then the state bird right there. Really nice piece of art right over here. Hashtag Cone Owl Art, and the social media tags is at Crystal Paints For You and at Talk of the Town Shelbyville. So shout out to the artist Cone Owl Art for that beautiful piece of work right there, especially of the butterfly. Butterfly symbolizes peace, so that's pretty cool. Design and Style Studio. They have a style studio over across the street. And these old buildings, extremely old. They also have a hair salon ahead of the times to hair design. It's nice. This old building right here, it hosts the shops at Main and McGrew. And this is called the Fly Art Center and Museum. So it's in this building right here that looks like an old warehouse. The Fly Art Center and Museum right over here. That's what they do to a lot of these former warehouses. They convert them into design buildings or art centers, lofts, stuff like that. So this is really cool right here. And they even have the seating, the benches that are crafted out of butterfly designs. Pretty cool. And over here, of course, you have the wooden gazebo. Shelbyville, Little Boston. Shelbyville, better known as Little Boston, was a hotbed of Unionist settlement throughout the war. When William Rosecrans' Union Army captured the town, they were welcomed as liberators, wherein locals held a July 4th celebration as the Confederates retreated to Chattanooga. Shelbyville was hardly unique. The war produced fiercely divided emotions on both sides. In 1861, Middle Tennesseans voted against secession in the spring before revisiting their decision after the firing on Fort Sumter in mid-April. East Tennessee remained loyal to the Union throughout the war. Western Tennessee was staunchly secessionist. Communities within the Tullahoma campaign area, such as the sister counties of Bedford and Franklin, were split as well. Franklin was intentionally pro-Confederate and even attempted to secede from Tennessee and join Alabama when the volunteer state refused to leave the Union in 1861. Bedford County, however, remained intensely pro-Union. Their opposing support proved that the Civil War was much a war of neighbor against neighbor as region against region. Wow, so for those counties to be so close to each other, they were so separated by their views in regards to seceding from the Union. So that is interesting. The perils of Pauline. So Pauline was a federal spy during the Civil War, and that's Pauline Cushman, who was born Harriet Wood in New Orleans in 1833. So during her time as a Union spy, she had to basically change her name to Pauline Cushman, because she had to use an alias so that way she wouldn't blow her cover as Harriet Wood. So she was a beautiful yet not necessarily talented actress. And that's a picture of her again. And this is a photo or at least a reenactment image of Shelbyville from an 1863 Harper's Weekly article. So that's how it looked back in 1863. And from this view, you see the river, which is Duck River. Duck River runs through Shelbyville. So there's a view of Duck River from over here. Back on Main Street to wrap up this video. Just want to get a few more little areas of downtown. before I put a lid on it. They have a fashion and accessories. I think it's called J. Jordan's Boutique. This one is called Leanne's Flowers. So they have a floral shop and a fashion and accessory shop right over here. And they also have a Heritage Jewelers. So they have a jeweler's boutique shop and a floral shop all lined up next to each other. And then again, there goes Bedford County Courthouse. Audrey's on the square. It's like a little courtyard area right here. Let music and art be the roots of your existence. Nice, nice. And this mural is by Brooke. I think it's Brooke Yeager. I can't tell what the last name is, but I know the first name is Brooke. So shout out to Brooke. In 2012, this is when this was mural was created. And again, it's let music and art be the roots of your existence. Yes. You know, that's what makes the world go around. Music is what makes the world and the universe go around. So is art. That's why it's so very important to preserve and display it. And this is just a art of nature. So you have the waterfall, you have the dove, which symbolizes peace, and the dove being released by the hand. James Venable, sober art. So James Venable, shout out to James Venable for this beautiful piece of art. There goes an owl right there on the tree. The butterfly right there, and it looks like the woman with it looks like a mermaid, but it looks like a woman with butterfly wings on. And there goes a deer, what looks like a deer, right over here. And again, this is courtesy of James Venable, sober art. Really nice piece of art. And it's right here in this courtyard over on Court Square. Main Street, downtown Shelbyville. And this is just a marker for a Medal of Honor recipient Charles C. Davis, who was of the 7th Pennsylvania Volunteer Cavalry, who received the Medal of Honor for leading a cavalry charge on June 7, 1863 to the south, directly up Main Street in the face of Confederate artillery and troops of defending the Shelbyville Courthouse Square. So again, this was Captain Charles Davis of the 7th Pennsylvania Volunteer Cavalry. So another part of Shelbyville history. And with that in mind, this wraps up the Shelbyville vlog. If you guys made it this far and liked the video, I appreciate it, and hit that like button. And also, if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button along with the notification bell. That way you get notified each and every time I drop a new vlog. And with that in mind, good people, thanks again for tuning in, and have yourself a great day. Peace.